Hello and welcome back to the next episode of our Starfield Let's Play adventure. In the last episode, we took care of the Terramorph situation over on Lindonian and found out a little bit of interesting information about our good friend Victus here. And then now we need to speak to him.
What a pleasant surprise.
Oh, I'm sure.
When I heard you and Hadrian were headed for Londinian of all places, I presumed you must be onto something big. Did you find what you were looking for?
Oh, I found what I was looking for and a whole lot more, so don't play dumb and wipe that smug smile off your face. We know you were behind the attacks on New Atlantis and Tau Ceti.
Now, what in the heavens would make you claim something as ludicrous as that?
We recovered a recording, an invisible weapon. You were talking about the Terramorphs.
Did you? Well, I don't know what you think you heard on this recording, but I sincerely hope you didn't come to the wrong
I don't believe I have.
After all, given the Cabinet's current state of anxiety, they might misinterpret such a discovery to mean I could have been involved with the attacks.
Oh, you definitely
Perhaps
were.
I can convince you to keep this among us.
Oh, no. No more lies. You confess or I turn over what I found.
You know, you're far more clever than I expected. You want to hear the words, then? I did it. The Terramorph attacks on Tau Ceti, New Atlantis, my doing.
Of course it was.
Of coordination between my associate and I.
I have a feeling I know who your associate is.
The Lazarus plant's pollen outside of Londinian. Learning to synthesize it. Use it as a weapon. Now, being as clever as you are, I'm sure you have thoughts on why I might do such a thing.
Oh, it felt very personal, so I'm gonna say, Ed, it took you a long time to plan it, but this was all totally 100% personal.
You couldn't be more right. The attacks were a correction. When I discovered the plant, I did consider
And that's exactly what you should have done.
But we were at war. And I couldn't risk information that dangerous falling into the wrong hands. So I ordered the bombing of the Londinian spaceport. Fixing two problems at once. Halting the spread of the city's Terramorph outbreak, and sealing away knowledge of the plant's potential.
That information should have been handed over, secured it, to keep it from ever being used.
It's easy to judge now, but the Freestar Collective had spies everywhere. In that moment, I wasn't about to add another dangerous variable to an already catastrophic
So you killed thousands and thousands of people?
My trial, my execution, I made a decision. After all, I'd given everything for the colonies. My life as I knew it included. And what did I get in return?
You turned into a monster,
Was there
dude.
any effort by the UC to protect my legacy? My daughter's legacy?
You're only thinking of yourself, dude.
We were sacrificed when all we did was serve. So I kept what I'd learned and arranged the attacks to set things right again. My daughter, she becomes a hero. I become a trusted advisor, having found Kaiser.
Of course.
The research team.
Let me guess, your contact, though, that was the guy you had me go take care of.
The person responsible for the attack on New Atlantis. The dear departed Dr. Reginald
Exactly,
Ortiz,
that's what I thought.
The associate who aided me all these years, and whom I always slated to take the fall. What luck he was stopped dead before he could hurt anyone else. His decades on the run brought to an end by another unlikely hero. You.
Yeah. Ah, so I guess I'm just your cleanup crew. You must think you're very clever.
Captain, please. You've benefited here as much as I have. Maybe more. It's why I had Orlays reprogram Kaiser.
Oh, dang.
Had that old machine guide you to where I found the plant all those years ago. I went to great lengths to ensure your and Hadrian's success. And look at the results. I know for for a fact the Cabinet's planning to honor both you and Hadrian once this is all done. Isn't that preferable to languishing away in obscurity? Running jobs on the tail end of nowhere for the Vanguard? With only the vague hopes of perhaps earning the right to buy a home in the well someday.
I already have that right. Well, if you're waiting for me to say thank you, we're going to be here for a very long while.
I'm simply looking for you to acknowledge the truth. And let's
Dude, I
not
never
forget
asked
the
to be a
importance of
hero.
our actual endgame.
Not our
Eliminating the
endgame.
Terramorphs, securing knowledge of the Lazarus plant. What we've set in motion is going to protect thousands, maybe millions of lives. I'm simply requesting one more life be protected. Mine.
Not happening.
I've already sent along the evidence of Orleza's role in the attacks to the Cabinet.
I'm sure
Leaving
you
out my
did.
own involvement. All I ask is that you confirm as much to the Cabinet. Tell them that it was Orlez and Orlez alone. After all, I do still have a long list of threats to the UC. This needn't be the end of our good works together.
Oh, man. I do not want to continue working with him. I want to ask, though, exactly what kind of work are we talking about here?
Hunting down criminals and other threats to the United Colonies. I expect they'll give me a bit more free range once this is all over. You would help me, like you did with Orlez. Track them down and keep them from doing harm to the United Colonies. Impossible, though, if the Cabinet learns I'm the one responsible for the attacks.
Nah, I don't feel right about that. I mean, any threats that come up, we can go deal with them as we need to. And you really think that I'm going to forget the fact that you killed people to accomplish your good work?
And how many have you killed to get where you are now?
I haven't killed
There are
innocent
no
people.
great works that don't
I
cost
didn't
lives,
destroy a whole
Captain.
entire planet
Whether
to
it's
get where I
winning a
needed to
war
go.
or digging a tram tunnel. So we sacrificed a few dozen in the attacks to
Jim
possibly protect
sacrificed
millions.
more than dozens.
That seems like a fair exchange to me. I only hope you'll see the same and leave my name out of the discussions to come.
You know what? I'm not going to tell him that I'm going to tell the Cabinet, which is exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to say, I'm not sure what I'm going to tell the Cabinet right now.
Well, I do hope you'll keep the larger perspective in mind, Captain. We've done something great here. Let's not squander the opportunity to do more.
I don't want to go do your busy work, and I am certainly not going to allow you to continue to get away with the nasty stuff you've been getting away with so far. They should have dealt with you when they had the chance instead of keeping you locked up down here to cause more havoc on the interplanetary systems. I don't know. Maybe there's no right or wrong here, but let's get going.
I will watch your back.
I do like her outfit. But anyways, I don't agree. Something's got to be done about him. If he gets even any more freedom than what he's been given now, we are going to have all kinds of problems with him in the future. I just don't see any of this going well. I need to go speak with Hadrian and Percival first, I believe. Hello, guys. Oh, very cool. What you doing back in here?
Perfect timing. We just got in.
Awesome.
So on our end, good news. The microbe and the acyles are both as effective against heat leeches as they are against terramorphs.
That's good to hear.
Means either plan should work for clearing those critters off our worlds.
Considering what the Lazarus plant is capable of, I don't think we can deal with those things fast enough. I already sent along info to the Cabinet to get them up to speed. So what about your end? Did you find anything? Did my father tell you what he knew about the Lazarus plant?
He confessed that he organized the attacks from Missile.
I knew it. The second I heard that recording, I knew. Why? Did he say why he did it?
Oh, he did. He said he was trying to fix the damage done to your name, make you and him into heroes.
It takes some deeply twisted logic to think anything did more harm to the Sanan name than him.
Exactly.
Somehow, after all that has transpired, he still believes himself to be the hero. He created this whole situation just so others would see him the way he sees himself. But all it has done is further expose him for what he really is.
Well, once we inform the cabinet, they can ensure he won't be able to do anything like this ever again.
I hope not. What do you think the cabinet will do with him?
My hope would be that whatever connections he's got to the outside world disappear. Make sure his future schemes and machinations stay in his cell with him. But honestly, I'm not sure. He's in a unique position and has done a special kind of harm to the colonies.
That he certainly has done. I do believe he deserves punishment.
Exactly. Bring justice to everyone he's hurt. So I guess that gives us our final answer. Nothing left to do but head in and see what the cabinet thinks of it all.
Oh, I'd like to know a little bit more about
Unless
our...
there was more to discuss.
Yeah, there is.
This might be our last opportunity to talk things through before the cabinet weighs in on a decision regarding the Terramorphs.
I wanted to go over our options one more time. Well, which method of dealing with the Terramorphs are you two leaning towards?
Microbe is going to make the cleanup a whole lot quicker. If we're concerned about this Lazarus plant getting deployed again, that's the way to go.
The cabinet can secure the Lazarus plant, and then we're not risking any surprises when it comes to dealing with a microbe.
I think the plant should
You're
be
being
destroyed.
paranoid. You know the science. You know we can make this safe.
It's not 100%
I do
though.
know the science. I also know math. And a 1 in a million chance of a mutation isn't 0.
That's true.
So I guess we're still in discussion. Probably best at this point to let the cabinet weigh in. See if they have a
I can do
preference.
that. And we're sure that both approaches to clearing our worlds are effective against the heat leeches.
They are.
Microbe needed minimal adjustment to account for heat leech anatomy.
And the Aseles seem like they're even better at tracking leeches than morphs.
Yeah, but they're going to be
Hell
really
of a sight to
slow.
watch, though, when they catch them. Like an open airlock guzzling angry spaghetti.
I don't know. They are so cute, though. I'd love to bring them back. What kind of risks are we looking at if we decide to bring back the Aseles?
Aseles aren't hostile to humans, but they are megafauna. If someone decides to pick a fight with one, it could get ugly. But they've already been spread far and wide once before when the UC was raising them as livestock, so the risk of introducing them to new worlds is minimal. Using them to clean up the Terramorphs and leeches, though, it's not going to be nearly as expedient as the microbe would be. Given what we know now about the Lazarus plant, the speed of the job does matter. But going with the Aseles, we're at least dealing with known risks.
Known risks. That's true. What do you think the cabinet's going to do when they learn about his involvement in the attacks?
It's hard to know. Unlike my father, the cabinet aren't butchers. But killing UC citizens, along with everything
Yeah, but
else
everybody
he's
already
done,
thinks
is
he's dead, so...
unforgivable. But if you're really that concerned, you could request
no.
they be lenient.
Not going to happen.
They might be willing to spare him.
I don't think so. I guess there's nothing else on my mind. Let's go ahead and head in there.
And here we go.
Yeah, I think they should have dealt with him in the beginning instead of letting him live and using him as a source of information. I think that was their big mistake. It allowed him time to formulate a plan for revenge, didn't it?
Welcome back, all of you. I wish we were meeting under
I do
better
too.
circumstances. But according to Hadrian's report and the second one I just received, it seems the Terramorph attack on New Atlantis was no random occurrence, but a planned strike. Is what I'm reading here true?
That's correct, ma'am. It was a deliberate attack.
My God.
An attack? Using terramorphs? How is that possible?
You will all receive a full briefing once we're done here. So then, is what the second report claims correct? Did Reginald Orlays commit these attacks, Captain?
Orlays?
No, ma'am. That report isn't the whole truth. Orlay's help, but they Victus organized the attacks.
It's true, ma'am. I heard the recording myself. My father figured out how to use Terramorphs as weapons.
He did what?
That's impossible. He doesn't have the kind of access to...
Yeah, right. He has all
Clearly,
kinds
he
of
made his
access
own
you don't
access,
know.
Chief Sarkin.
Exactly.
Madam President, I have been saying for years that not dealing with that man was going to end in tragedy.
Enough! I hope everyone here understands that what has just been shared is a state secret of the highest order. This information does not leave this room. Now, that's quite the accusation you're leveling, considering Francois Sanon has not left containment for the better part of 2 decades. You have evidence to back this up?
I do have evidence. Listen to this.
It just transformed a terramorph out of thin air. An invisible weapon. No planet would be safe.
Heavens help us. Is that actually him?
Yes, it
I'd
is.
know that voice anywhere. That's Francois.
He knew they could do this, and said nothing.
He's a sociopath. Plain and simple, ma'am.
Officer, please collect that recording.
Yes, ma'am. Begging your pardon, Captain.
No problem.
We'll, of course, be launching a full investigation into how this could have happened. Though I have little doubt the Admiral will be quick to share all he knows on the subject once confronted with that recording.
Oh, I'm sure he will be.
Chief Yassine, can you send one of your interrogators to have a little chat?
Ooh, that doesn't
with the
sound
Admiral?
pleasant.
I'll issue the order immediately.
Good. Combined with everything else you all have uncovered. Well, I don't think the United Colonies can thank you enough. We failed the people of the colonies by not dealing with Vavik
That
sooner.
you did.
I intend to rectify that mistake immediately.
What exactly is going to happen to him?
That will be up to the cabinet to decide. But I don't appreciate our mercy being taken advantage of.
I wouldn't either. I think the world would be better off without Vavictus in it.
I'm inclined to agree, Captain. Now, with our villain unmasked, we can attend to the other matters at hand. With the threads you've brought together here, the Lazarus plant, the attacks, the heat leeches, the 3 of you have likely spared thousands of lives. But it now falls to the cabinet to ensure this can never happen again. As such, the cabinet will be securing the Lazarus plant on Londinian. All materials related to the plant will be classified to
I think
ensure
that's a good
no one
idea.
else learns its true nature.
A sound decision, Madam President.
Securing the plant isn't enough. It should be wiped out.
We're already discussing the elimination of one species, Captain. Explain to me why you wish to eliminate another.
Destroying it and asking the Freestar Collective to help proves the UC has no ill intentions.
They are ultimately threatened as much as the United Colonies. To share what you know and what can be done to make us all safer can only foster good relations.
That is an idea with some merit to it. Decrease the likelihood of anything like this occurring again, and further relations between our 2 factions.
2 birds with a single stone. Very well. We'll include the collective in the
Thank
removal
you.
process. Thank you for the suggestion, Captain.
No problem.
So then, to our final topic.
Yeah, that one.
The cabinet has agreed to implement a plan that will deal with the terramorph, and now also heat leech presence on human worlds. In fact, we've already begun enacting measures to check all UC ports and settlements
That's
for
good.
undiscovered nests. But we all understand this is only a partial solution. The project we're embarking on will be a long and difficult one. So our first step must be deciding how exactly this all will be handled.
Madam President, this microbe is clearly too much of a risk. The Aseles are the safer approach.
To someone with limited knowledge of biology, perhaps? The technology behind the microbe is solved science, Madam President. It isn't dangerous. Using it to wipe out the terramorphs would be the quickest path to protecting humanity.
And fast results always lead to the best outcomes, don't they?
As you can see, there remains debate among the cabinet. We were hoping your group might issue a recommendation.
Well, I would like to talk to your
Major?
scientist a little
We've
bit.
been having similar debates ourselves. But the captain has yet to weigh in.
No, I
I
haven't.
see. Captain, I know this may not be your area of expertise, but we'd like to know your take on the matter.
My take. Well, I still have a few questions about the methods.
Please, ask.
What are the chances, really, that this microbe could cause problems to humans and other species?
Infinitesimally low.
But not zero.
But not zero,
The chance of a
exactly.
starship landing on you as you sit here isn't zero, yet you still attended.
There is that.
Personally, my fear isn't mutation, but terramorphs developing a resistance. But that's something our group can continue to address if we decide to take
There's
this
that
approach.
too.
As I believe we should.
And what about, or what are the dangers of bringing back the Aseles?
I can feel this one. While intimidating creatures, certainly, Aseles are docile unless provoked. They're honestly closer to oversized mobile scanners than deadly predators.
Okay.
The concern is that, while all proposed methods will be long-term efforts, the Aseles are the slowest. Slow to breed, slow to deploy. We do everything we could to accelerate that process, including mustering some of our mothballed cloning technologies. But if we do elect to use this method, we'll be doing things at the pace of a megafauna, which is not an expedient one.
No, it's not. At all. Will the other factions be involved in the cleanup efforts as well?
This won't work without them.
Exactly right, ma'am. The Interstellar Affairs Office has already begun reaching out to worlds throughout the
Oh,
settled
that's
systems,
good.
informing them of the risks we're all facing, and that the UC has a plan to prevent what happened on New Atlantis from happening elsewhere. Thus far, the response has been overwhelmingly positive.
You're still going to have some
The spirit
holdouts.
of mutual cooperation displayed between the UC and the Freestar Collective in managing the Terramorph data set a good tone for the work we're doing, Captain.
Oh, that's good.
We expect we'll hit some resistance, but our office has plenty of carrots and sticks to ensure the program's widespread success.
That's good. All right, well, I do have one more question. Who exactly is doing all this work, deploying whichever method we choose here?
The responsibilities will be spread across multiple branches of the UC. Research and day-to-day administration will be handled by a new group under the Science Division. All diplomatic concerns and coordination will fall to Chief Yassine and Interstellar Affairs. But most of the actual on-the-ground work, that'll be handled by the Vanguard.
Okay, I guess I don't have any other questions then.
Very well. Then did you have a preference
I
on the method we should deploy?
As much as I think the Aseles would be the safest route, I think that the Terramorphs have caused enough damage and they need to be wiped out quickly with the microbe.
Glad to see someone's not afraid of a little applied genetics. The Science Division is in full agreement.
Let us hope this Science Division truly knows what they are doing.
Grand threats merit grand actions, and grand actions are precisely what our group does.
Order, please. And Major Sinan? Dr. Walker, you'd find this acceptable?
We trust the captain's judgment.
Then the matter is settled. We'll begin the process immediately. Today marks day one for the United Colonies Terramorph Management Division, making you three the founding members of the TMD. As befits such a group, the Cabinet wanted to display its gratitude.
You don't need to. It's
Today,
fine.
we will be adding 3 new Class 1 citizens to our
Oh,
ranks.
dang. Okay.
Class 1? For the 3 of us? Are you joking?
What he means to say is, thank you, ma'am.
I like Percival.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
Oh, thank you, Madam President.
You all have earned it. Now, there's much to be done. Major Sinan, Dr. Walker, I hope you two are willing to continue your efforts, spearheading the TMD's research on Mars.
We'd be honored, ma'am.
And as a member of both the Vanguard and the TMD, I believe you, Captain, will have your pick of duties.
Oh, great.
Speak to your commander. Tuala, if I recall
It
correctly.
is, yes.
He should be able to provide you with assignments going forward, plus help you collect the benefits that come with being named Class 1.
Ooh,
On
okay.
behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our sincerest gratitude.
Well, thank you.
This meeting is adjourned.
All right. Well, we walked out of that with a Class 1 citizenship. I wasn't expecting that. A Legacy Forged is completed, though. Let's go ahead. I don't want to do all that money can buy. We need to head over to activities and go and speak with him. He should be over here in the mass
Everything
district.
good? We're here to
Everything is perfect, thank you. I just need to head upstairs the roundabout way. Alright, sir, I am back. I have taken care of the Terramore situation.
This is a first. I've never had a Class 1 citizen in my ranks before.
Oh, yep, there's always a
Captain.
first. Thank you very much, Commander. It's an honor.
No need to thank me. You brought this all on yourself. I've already gone ahead and processed your Class 1 benefits. All UC goods and services should now have a thanks for protecting the colonies discount.
Oh, thank you.
And the credits should be in your account now.
Very
but
cool.
to get into your penthouse, you'll have to pay a visit to the Affilion Realty office. They
I
should
can
be
do
able
that.
to grant you access.
Alright. Oh, that is a good amount of credits. That is incredibly generous, sir.
Higher-ups wanted to make sure you know how much they appreciate what you've done. But with all that squared, it's time to get you a new assignment.
A new assignment,
There are
huh?
your standard Vanguard missions, putting those pilot skills to use defending UC
Yeah,
space.
no thanks, I'm good.
Or you could help the TMD in cleaning up terramorphs. Oh, and I got a request from Dr. Walker. Wanted your help collecting biological samples to keep an eye out for any, new alien threats on the horizon.
I guess I
Any of
could
those
do
missions call
that.
to you?
Not really. Not right now. You know what? I think I've done my duty, Commander. I think I'm going to take some time off from aliens.
Of course. You've earned some R&R. Once you're rested up and ready to head out there again, you come see me.
I will do that. Alright, so now we need to go and head over to the realty office and find out what our swanky new digs look like. Guess I need to head over in that direction, I believe. Kind of curious to see what they are, though. I don't quite think I needed a penthouse. I'm perfectly happy living on the ship and upgrading my stuff over at the lodge. I don't need all this swanky stuff other than the credits. The credits were very nice. But we aren't hurting in that department either. Alright, here we go. Alright, ma'am, I believe you have an apartment for me. Oh, no deal.
Well, if it isn't the United Colony's newest Class 1 citizen.
That
You've
it
made quite a
is.
name for yourself in New Atlantis. In fact, the higher-ups want to thank you for your dedicated service by giving you one of the nicest pieces of real estate in the city.
Very
It's
cool.
a premium penthouse at the top of Mercury Tower.
Wow.
Best location in New Atlantis, in
I
my
suppose it comes
professional
with a good
opinion.
view.
What do you say? It'll just take a second to get you registered as the owner.
Well, since it's free, sure, I'm interested.
Great. You're in for a real treat. It's one of my favorite apartments in the city. Okay, you're all set. Your new home's located in Mercury Tower in the residential district.
You're very efficient, ma'am.
You'll love the place. It has a gorgeous floor plan and an unbeatable view of the city.
Oh, I imagine.
Now that you're an owner, I'm sure I'll be seeing you around town.
Alright, very cool. Let's go. Building materials were added to my ship's cargo. Okay, and that's my penthouse over there, so let's go ahead and travel over to the residential district. Alright, well, let's see exactly how swanky this place is and how good the views are. Okay, not too bad. You walk right into like a little living room, dining room situation. What do we have over here? Nice small little cubby. I guess we could put a few workbenches in there. Not too shabby. Nice little kitchen. I could definitely do some good cooking in there. Yeah, you got your triangle effect. Pretty good. What's here? Nice little bathroom. And in this one, we've got probably the master bedroom. Wow. Can definitely hear the ships taking off. Good night. No wonder they can't get rid of this place. Another bathroom. Not crazy about the floor tiles, but I suppose they work. Okay. Not too shabby. Nice shower. I like it. I saw another door. That's probably out to the balcony out back. Let's see what we have over here and here. Another bedroom and the laundry room. Andrasia, you get right on that. I guess instead of a spare bedroom, I could probably turn that into a workroom. I like it. Let's check out our balconies. Oh, wow. That is an insane view. Oh, we can see the tree from up here. Very cool. Can't see any people, though. They don't even look like ants down there. It's just nothing. Very cool. Anything out there we haven't discovered? No, doesn't look like it. Not on this side anyways. Alright, let me go head over and check out the view from the other balcony. I'm pretty curious about what it looks out onto. Probably the back end of the planet, maybe. I do like the doors. Oh, yeah, look at that wildland out there. All unexplored. Well, at least by me, right? Anything? Yeah, we got an unknown structure out there. That could be interesting to go and look at someday. Very cool. I like it here. I don't think I don't know, maybe what I did deserve that. But yeah, I think I'm really happy with what happened at the end of the Terramorph situation. Kind of had a feeling Victus was going to try and betray us in the end. And in a way, I was right. He betrayed a whole bunch of people in the end. And I think with the conclusion to it, this is where we're going to go ahead and leave it for the day. In the next episode, we're going to continue on with the UC stuff and head off and hopefully become a member of the Crimson Fleet. But until then, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I've been Valkyr. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I see you in the next one.